Hello, welcome back. We are on practice 2, multiplying by tens, hundreds, or thousands. So we're thinking back to what we learned about how our numbers are shifting to the left as we multiply. We're getting, right, our number need to get bigger. We're multiplying. We're shifting to the left here. And we're going to take a look at our chart and we're going to fill it out. So here we see 12 times 10, everything's going to shift over, is 120, right? Here we have 2 times 10, we're shifting these over. So now we have 2 tens, it's 20. Just writing them in the last column there just to help me out. And so if I have 2 tenths, I'm shifting them over 1. They're now in the ones column. So I have 2. Oh, look, here it is down here. 120, 2. This was 20. And here, if I have 12 hundredths, each one of these is shifting over once, right? It's getting one place value larger. I'm adding 1 0. Actually, these I'm not adding any zeros. I'm just shifting them. But that's going to help you out. So it's 1 and 2 tenths. All right. Now I'm remembering. So as we're shifting the numbers to the left, we can also think about that as moving the decimal point to the right, right? The number is shifting to the left or the decimal point is shifting to the right. So 5 tenths times 10 is going to give me, not 5, not 10. Woo, Ms. Brewster. 5 tenths times 10 is going to give me 5. 1 and 9 tenths times 10 is going to give me 19, right? I'm moving the decimal place 1 over. I'm shifting the numbers 1 to the left. Here I'm going to shift over. I'm going to get 34 and 2 tenths. Here I'm shifting over. I like to go underneath. It's easier for me because that's where the decimal place is. Here we go. Shifting 1, 79. Shifting 1, 48. Shifting 1, 275. Shifting 1, 2. There you go. All right, now we have to think the other way. If I have 7 tenths and I times it by something to get 7, well, I've moved the decimal place once to the right, so I'm multiplying by 10. Here, I've moved it once to the right, multiply by 10 times. I have to move it back. Think about division here, 53 and 42 hundredths. Here I've got to move it back so I can move it forward, 1 and 907 thousandths, right? Think about it, I need a smaller number to multiply by 10 to get a larger number. All right, here I'm thinking about breaking up that my multiple of 10 into two numbers. So here I've broken up 50 into 5 and 10. So I can do 8 times 5 and then multiply it by 10. All right, here I'm going to break up my 50 into 5 and 10. I'm going to do 5 times 8 tenths, which is 4, or 40 tenths, or 4. And then 4 times 10 is 40, so 8 tenths times 50 is going to be 40. And that makes sense because this is just a little bit less than 1. 1 times 50 would be 50, so we have something just a little bit less than 50. Here we have 88 hundredths times 50, so I'm thinking 88 hundredths times 5 times 10. 88 hundredths times 5 is going to give me 440 hundredths, which is going to give me, right, because this is less than 1 times 5 is going to give me something less than 5 times 10, so I'm moving that decimal place over, so I end up with 44, and that makes sense, right? This is a little bit more than this one, so I'm going to get a little bit larger of a number. All right, so here I'm thinking 9 tenths times 4 times 10. 9 tenths times 4, that's going to give me something around 4 is 3.6 times 10 gives me 36. Right, here we have 1.5 times 60. 1.5 times 60. Now I'm going to think about this a different way. I know 1 of 60 is 60. I know half of 60 is 30. So 1.5 times 60 is to be 90. All right, here I'm going to go 8 times 5 hundredths is going to give me 40 tenths. And then I'm multiplying by 1, so I'm going to end up with 4. All right, this one I'm going to have to rewrite out. 9 and 17 hundredths times 7. 7 times 7 is 9. 4. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 times 9 is 63. 64. 64. And now I'm going to times by 10. So 641.9. Same thing for here. Running out of workroom. 6.358. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 5 is 15, 16, 17. 3 times 3 is 9, 10. 3 times 6 is 18, 19. 3 times, so this is going to be there, times by 10, 190 and 74 hundredths. 34.6 times 5 is 30. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17. 5 times 34 is going to give me 170-ish, right? 5 times 30 will give me 150. I'm going to move it 1 to the right, 1,730. All right, I'm going to do this one down here, 41.32 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18, 19. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 40 would be 240, so there's my decimal point. Move it once to the right, 2,469 and 2 tenths. 23.05, 05 times 4, 22, 2, 12, 8, 9. It's going to be right about there. Times 10, 922. Woo! All right, here we're thinking about times by 100 or 1,000. So if we multiply by 100, we're moving the decimal point twice to the right. If we multiply by 1,000, we're moving the decimal point 3 times to the right. And we can think about that because if we multiply by 100, we're shifting twice to the left. If we multiply by 1,000, we're shifting twice to the right. So some of these here, we're going to have to fill in zeros. So here's my, this becomes 130. 680, 419.6 tenths, my 0, 7,430, moved it twice. Here we go, ready? I like the bottom, 1, 2, fill my 0, 4,680, 1, 2, 468. Right, and that makes sense. Here I had 46 times 100. Here I have 4 times 100. All right, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5,095. All right, multiplying by 1,000, I'm moving it over 3 times. So 1,800, 2,100, 9,097, 7,007. Fill in my 0, 2,740. Fill in my 2 zeros, 27,400. 1, 2, 3. Fill my 0, 10810. 1, 2, 3. Fill my 2 zeros, 10810. All right, same thing here. I am, oh, nope, different thing here. I'm figuring out what I'm multiplying this by, or this by to get this. So here I've moved my decimal place once, times 10. Here I moved it twice, times 100. So essentially I'm undoing what I've done. So 36 times 10 gives me 360. 3.6 times 100 gives me 360. 36 hundredths times 1,000 gives me 360. All right, opposite way. So what? 43.8 times 10, 4.38 times 100, and 438. All right, and this times 10, 276. All right, and just moving the decimal point. All right, now I'm looking at, remember, squared is equal to times 10 times 10, or times 100, and cubed is equal to times 10 times 10 times 10, or times 1,000. Right, that's just a little reminder there. All right, so 8 tenths times 10 squared is 8 times 10 times 10, or 8 times 100. So 1, 2, 80. 96 times 100, 1, 2. 10 times 100, 1, 2. Times 10 times 10 times 100, 1, 2. All right, now I'm times 10 times 10 times 10. That's 1,000. 1, 2, 3. 1,000. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Times 1,000. 1, 2, 3. 1,007. Great year. All right. So now we're thinking about how many times the decimal place shifted. I like to put it in the answer and then move it 1, 2. So it's times 10 to the second. That looked like that. 1, 2, 3, it moved. 10 to the third. That looked like that. 1, 2, it moved. 10 to the second. That looks like that. Times 10. More practice. All right, now we're splitting it up. So I have times 700. I'm thinking about that. Times 7 times 100. All right, so here's times 7 times 100. 7 times 3 thousandths is 0.021 times 100. 1, 2, 2.1, 2.1. Sorry, they're vacuuming the lights, which is kind of cool. All right, 2 times 3 hundredths is 6 hundredths times 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 60. 60. All right. 2 times 3 thousandths is 6 thousandths times 1,000. 1, 2, 3 is 6. 6. All right, 49 times 300. So I'm going to do 49 hundredths times 3 is 1 and 4, 7. Move it over twice. 147. Okay, I'll do these. I'm going to start up here this time. 3 and 148 times 5. Times 5 is 40. 24. 10, 7, 15. But times 500, so move it over twice. All right, x1, 3.18 times 9, 72, 16, 27, 28, but times 900, 1, 2, 2, 8, 6, 2. All right, 1.8 times 2, I can do that. It's 3.6. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 3,600. 4 times 2.5 is 10. Times 1,000 is 1, 2, 3. 10,000. We'll do 72.5 times 6. 30. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14, 15. 6 times 7 is 42. 43. It's going to be there, but times 1, 2, 3. 400. 435,000. All right, and there is the end of practice 2.